Let me tell you something no one talks about enough. You don't owe anyone an explanation for the dreams you chase, the risks you take, or the person you choose to become. In a world constantly asking you to prove your worth, the most rebellious, powerful thing you can do is to stop trying. Hello everyone, today I want to talk about a mindset shift, a shift that has the power to free you from the chains of comparison, doubt, and approval seeking. It's called Prove Nothing, Win Everything. When I started out, people told me I didn't fit the mold, too bold, too brown, too ambitious, and guess what? I didn't care to fit in because I wasn't here to convince anyone of my worth. I was here to win on my own terms, and so are you. Let me break this down. From the moment we open our eyes to the world, we're conditioned to seek approval from parents, teachers, peers, bosses, even strangers on the internet. We're taught to measure our worth by grades, compliments, likes, promotions, or someone else's idea of success. But the truth is, none of those things define you. You are not a product to be evaluated. You are a person with limitless potential. When you constantly seek validation, you hand over your power. You allow others to control how you feel about yourself. You start tailoring your dreams, your voice, even your personality to please others. That's a dangerous trade, because what happens when the applause stops, when the praise dries up? You're left chasing approval that never lasts. True confidence comes from within. It's born from knowing your value even when no one is clapping. It's choosing to show up for yourself. Not because someone's watching, but because you matter. It's in doing the hard things silently and growing in the shadows when no one's giving you credit. That's strength. That's character. Imagine the freedom of waking up each day and not needing someone else to say, "You're good enough." Imagine owning your choices, your voice, your identity without asking for permission. That's when life becomes yours. That's when you stop performing and start living. You don't need to be more, prove more, or explain more to be worthy. You already are. And once you truly believe that, no rejection, no comment, no silence can take that power away from you. Validation is not a currency you trade for success. You were born enough. You don't need a stamp of approval to live like it. There's a quiet strength in silence that many overlook. In a world obsessed with noise, constant opinions, justifications, arguments, and reactions, silence becomes a superpower. When people misunderstand you, doubt you, or criticize you, the instinct is to respond, to defend, to prove your point. But true confidence doesn't need to be loud. It doesn't need to explain itself. It's simply is asterisk. Choosing silence in the face of doubt isn't weakness, it's discipline. It means you've risen above the need for validation. You're not interested in convincing anyone of your worth because you it. Silence says, I don't need to argue. I'll show you with results. It's an unspoken promise that your actions will speak louder than any words ever could. Think about the greatest comebacks, the most powerful transformations. They rarely begin with announcements. They begin quietly, in the background, while others are still talking. You don't need to respond to every insult or explain every move. Let people underestimate you. Let them assume they know your story. The real plot twist comes when you succeed not out of spite, but out of self-belief. Silence also gives you space to listen to yourself, your instincts, and your truth. When you stop reacting to everything, you start moving with purpose. You conserve your energy for growth, not arguments. You stop feeding drama and start feeding your vision. Not everything needs a reply. Not every stage needs a monologue. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is smile. Stay focused and say nothing at all, because in that silence you're building, you're evolving, you're becoming unstoppable. And when your moment comes, you won't have to say a word. The results will speak for you louder than anything you could have shouted. No one gets to write your story. You, not society, not your past, not the people who underestimated you. You are the author, the narrator, and the lead character in your own life. And the moment you realize that, everything changes. We live in a world full of labels. People will try to box you in based on your background, your gender, your looks, your choices. They'll tell you what you can or can't do, who you should or shouldn't be. But their perception of you is not your responsibility. What matters is how you see yourself, who you decide to be every single day. Your identity isn't something you find, it's something you build with every decision, every risk, every moment you choose to be authentic instead of acceptable. It's not about fitting in, it's about standing out, owning your truth, even when it makes others uncomfortable. When you define yourself, you reclaim your power. You don't wait for permission, you don't wait for applause. You decide what success looks like for asterisk you asterisk, whether that's starting your own business, writing a book, being a parent, traveling the world, or simply living life on your terms. It's valid, because asterisk you asterisk chose it. This kind of self-definition takes courage. It means tuning out the noise, ignoring the critics, and having the guts to walk a path only you can see. But it's worth it because there's no greater freedom than being exactly who you are without apology. You don't have to be someone else to be enough. You don't have to shrink to fit into someone else's version of you. Own your story, wear your name proudly, and remember, who you are is up to asterisk you asterisk and no one else. Every day, you wake up with a limited amount of energy, not just physical energy, but emotional, mental, and spiritual fuel. Where and how you spend it determines the quality of your life. Just like money, energy is a currency, and wise people learn to invest it, not waste it. Think about how much energy we spend trying to be understood, liked, or accepted, explaining ourselves, arguing with doubters, overthinking every decision because we're afraid of judgment. That energy could be building something incredible, a skill, a dream, a deeper sense of self. But instead, it gets drained by the need to prove we're enough. You have to protect your energy like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. Your future, your peace, your progress, they all rely on your ability to focus on what truly matters. And what truly matters is asterisk you asterisk your growth, your vision, your purpose. Don't waste your energy on people who don't believe in you. Let them talk. Let them assume. Use your energy where it counts. In your craft, your healing, your hustle, your rest, your joy. The more you spend it wisely, the richer your life becomes. There's power in choosing peace over drama, action over reaction, silence over noise, and there's clarity in saying no to what drains you, so you can say yes to what fuels you. You don't have to fight every battle. You don't have to win every argument. Preserve your energy, guard it fiercely, because what you build with it, your dreams, your strength, your identity, that's the real win. You get one life. Don't bankrupt your energy proving your worth. Invest it in becoming the person who never needed to prove anything in the first place. We've been taught that winning looks a certain way: trophies, fame, applause, a picture. Perfect life that everyone admires, but real winning, it's much quieter, more personal. It's not always seen or celebrated. Sometimes it's just you, standing in front of a mirror knowing how far you've come even when no one else noticed. Success is not one size fits all. For one person, winning might be building a business empire. For another, it's walking away from something toxic. For someone else, it's getting out of bed after a bad day and still choosing to try again. There is no universal scoreboard. The only one that counts is yours. When you stop comparing your journey to others, you start to see how much you've actually achieved. You start honoring your own milestones, even the small ones, and that shift is powerful, because it means you're living for your own definition of success, not someone else's. Winning isn't about proving people wrong. It's about proving yourself right about your strength, your resilience, your dreams. It's about creating a life that asterisk feels asterisk good, not just one that asterisk looks asterisk good. It's choosing authenticity over approval, peace over popularity, growth over validation. You don't need a stage to win. Sometimes the biggest victories happen in silence, in the way you bounce back from failure, forgive yourself, or love who you've become. So don't wait for someone else to tell you you've made it. You get to decide when you're winning. You get to celebrate in your own way, on your own timeline. And when you do, you realize you didn't need to outshine anyone. You just needed to outgrow the version of you that thought you weren't enough. That's the real win. There's a quiet revolution that happens the moment you stop apologizing for who you are. When you decide to stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable, to stop softening your voice so others can speak louder, that's when you start asterisk living asterisk, fully, freely, and unapologetically. You weren't born to blend in. You weren't put on this earth to meet everyone's expectations. Your personality, your dreams, your intensity, they are not flaws to fix. They are the very things that make you unforgettable. The truth is, the world doesn't need another copy. It needs asterisk you asterisk, exactly as you are. When you live unapologetically, you stop editing yourself. You show up with your full story, the wins, the scars, the failures, the magic. You speak your truth, not to be liked, but to be asterisk real asterisk. You choose paths that excite your soul, even if they confuse others. You make peace with being misunderstood. Because you're no longer living for their comfort, you're living for your purpose. There's a different kind of power in owning your space without asking for permission. You walk into rooms like you belong, not because someone said you do, but because you asterisk decided asterisk you do. That confidence is magnetic. That freedom is priceless. Living unapologetically doesn't mean being reckless or dismissive. It means honoring yourself, trusting your voice, refusing to dim your light for anyone, because the truth is, no one else can live your life for you, and every time you show up as the fullest, boldest version of yourself, you give others permission to do the same. So take up space, be loud, be soft, be wild, be calm, be *U*, and never ever apologize for it.